Good afternoon and welcome back to the West Ham Network. This is your Hammers Headlines in association with our good friends over at kumb.com. Knees up, Mother Brown. Make sure you do go across there and check out their wonderful content as per usual. Listen, David Moyes isn't even out of the door yet. And West Ham fans and the social media barrage is just rife with crazy rumours, as you can imagine. But what we can do is bring you some of the news for today. So without further ado, I will bring you the first story. And this one is a little bit more about a potential opinion more than a story. Because if Julian Lopetegui is coming in as West Ham's manager, we do know that he is a favourite of this man. He's a fan favourite of Antonio. Now, the reason why we know this is he was linked to moving to Wolves under Lopetegui back in the start of 2023. And he said that they highlighted Antonio as someone who could bolster their club's attacking line, and that he was a fan of the player. And if true, that's a very intriguing link, considering he is currently at West Ham, could be looking to leave West Ham in the summer based upon the current situation that things are in, based upon having a David Moyes in charge. But if Lopetegui is there, he may see the option for keeping him there and utilizing Antonio as a squad player, which for me is genuinely mean this, is a good option for us, because I don't think you make a huge amount of money on Antonio, and I think what he could give you as a squad player, a Premier League experience, will be advantageous to West Ham, especially under a new manager like Lopetegui. So leave me your thoughts in the comments below as we get on to the next story, and that is about this, something that's been going on for nearly a year now, and it's about Lucas Paquetá. And apparently now he is potentially expecting to be moving this transfer window. Whether or not that is Manchester City, it will be intriguing to see what actually happens, because obviously the situation with his potential ban is still on the table. The longer it takes, I suppose, the more it makes you feel like he may get a better chance of getting away with it. But it does look a little bit like his head has been turned from the potential move to Manchester City. Now, we do have the release clause, which is £85 million, so West Ham will not sell below that. And people have been turning around and saying to me, well, he is not worth that based upon his recent performances. But let's not forget the fact that he is a quality player. Brazil's one of their first players on the team sheet for the international squad. And do you know what? His good performances dramatically outweigh any of his bad performances. They haven't been great as of late, but then again, who has been great as of late? So I expect Paquetá to leave this summer, which will be disappointing, but we could be doing with the money for the rebuild and giving Tim Steidten a little bit of freedom in that neck of the woods. And that brings me nicely on to this, something we've reported already before, and that is that West Ham have supposedly been linked to Wesley Gasova, the Brazilian who plays at the Corinthians. The situation we're led to believe from the Evening Standard are saying that we've began talks with the Corinthians winger. Now, the 19-year-old is considered one of the most exciting players in Brazil and has been identified by Tim Steidten, our sporting director, as a player that they want to do. Now, West Ham have started the negotiations early because we know other clubs in Europe are interested. Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, Real Betis, just to name a few. And Corinthians are reportedly looking for around about £26 million. But obviously West Ham will be in there negotiating, trying to see if we could bring that deal down. Now, the deal would be complicated because Corinthians only own 70% of the players' rights, with the other 30% belonging to Sao Paulo-born wingers representatives. But what's cool about him is he operates on the both flanks. He primarily plays as a right-footed left winger option, and he has 4 goals and 2 assists this season. And as he lined up for Sao Paulo Giants 60 times since making a senior debut as a 17-year-old in 2022. We are keen to look at that area of the park, but will he be one of the first signings that Tim Steidten brings under the potential of our new head coach, Julian Lopetegui's time at West Ham? Who knows? You let me know by putting it in the comments below. That brings an end to your Hammers headlines for today. Short, sharp, sweet, straight to the point. We'll bring you as much content as we can as soon as we get it. stay tuned, and of course, come on, you Irons.